right, good morning, good afternoon. Welcome to New York session. I hope you're doing well. So we are currently looking at the dollar index, and yesterday we were looking for 97.74 as a draw on liquidity. I had wanted to see them obviously yesterday take out this low into the fair value gap before going up there, but that didn't happen. On euro, we spoke about price actually coming to take out this low, which felt really short getting there. Something else happened on the euro pound, which we'll talk about that very soon. But we have maybe a few minutes, maybe 7 minutes before the rate announcement on euro. We've already had the rate announcement on the British pound, which has moved price significantly. That made the euro pound actually reversed yesterday towards the end of the New York session, and with the news event, then we had price moved up on the euro pound, which caused the euro to the pound to actually drop one more time, which is what I anticipated anyway, that they were going to move away from the fair value gap and then move lower. So with that, maybe we are going to be trading inside this range. We are going to be trading inside that range, which you can see they've hit the 50%. That is why price is bouncing off from, and we are likely going to 618. That is where price is bouncing off from. So on the H4, roughly somewhere here, that is where I think we might get a reversal. Yeah, that's why I think maybe a reversal can happen. But let's focus on euro for now, because we have in 4 minutes time the rate announcement for euro, which I don't know what's gonna happen, but we will see. Euro pound, as I mentioned yesterday, I was expecting them to trade for this equal low. Towards the end of the New York session, price completely reversed, and on the daily time frame, we actually closed bullish. But I'm not convinced yet as to whether this is a reversal or not. I'm not convinced yet. To be convinced, definitely the weekly has to go and close above previous week high. That is when I'll be convinced. So with that said, I think this is still a pullback, and we are likely going to continue going down. But we'll find out in the next 3-4 minutes, because I think euro will probably go down a little bit more, like the pound has done now. I'm not rigid as to that continuation. If they come up, because we are still bullish, if they come up above this and stay, especially not just leaving this low, if it can run down, reject, and then come and stay above this high, then we have something different. Okay, but even with that, I still wait for Friday, tomorrow, NFP, before I conclude what price is gonna do. Okay, so with today's rate announcement, still things can change going into tomorrow. So let's see in the next 2 minutes what price is gonna do. So euro pound, maybe we will come back down because this move looks to me that it's manipulation. Gold, on the daily, I feel this is still a pullback into this down candle, and we should be rejecting. We'll see how price is gonna trade during the New York session, because I feel like we've come back into the order block here, and price needs to reject. Overnight there was a lot of movement, and overnight price did a lot of movement, and yeah, I still feel like maybe during the New York session price will reject and go up because of this down candle order block here. So let's see. I'm not sure yet. Again, tomorrow things can change because of the NFP. So let's see. Crude oil, amazingly yesterday we had a sharp move from that level, which I was anticipating that, and then that did happen. This morning you can see they've just gone for the Asian session low, so I'm expecting them to reject and go up. This is a nice order block on the H4, so I'm expecting them to hold that. We got about 7 seconds to go, so let's watch how the rate announcement will affect price. Okay, my bad. I think it was at the rate announcement on euro was 115, not 130. Actually, 130 is news event on dollar index, on the employment claims on dollar index. So the rate announcement is already done on euro at 115. So probably that's what caused nothing really happened with the 115 news. Okay, that changes a lot, because if the news is done, then I don't think you're gonna get any sharp move on the euro pound. Now with that, euro pound usually it goes up towards the 7th, between the 7th and 14th between the 7th and 14th of February. So I don't know if that is what they are trying to do right now. So let's go with the flow. The daily has rejected, traded through this imbalance. The news is done. So with this impulse, like in the rate announcement on the British pound, go with the flow and then aim for previous week high. So previous week high comes in at 0.87168. This impulse, like the fair value gap should hold and send price for that level. Maybe the mean threshold as an entry, and then aiming for that. Okay, so the mean threshold as an entry, or the auto block high as an entry. So it depends which one you like. If you go for this, stop loss below that. If you go for that, then stop loss mean threshold of the down candle just below that. Okay, and with that, euro should be attacking this low here, the 1.17760 euro. I think euro should be attacking that low. So let's see, during this New York session, I think we took our Asian session high and we broke down. It's been a pullback. We should go down. Okay, I've just talked about crude oil. We've taken out the Asian session low, so I'm expecting them to run up now. Watch this up candle here. A break above it, that will give you that area as a breaker. We had something similar, and that is basically what they've come back to over here. I think yesterday, that was what was created during the live session, and I highlighted that. So same thing, this, you want to see price trade above it, and then you can buy 66.48 as your draw on liquidity. ES, nice move yesterday. I actually caught it. I told you about it. It happened, and I actually traded it. Let me expand this. So yesterday I gave you to map out between 230 and 3 range, which was here to here. Right, and then they broke to the downside. So that area, I've told you to map it going forward, because they will come back to it. So they came here. That's exactly where I saw short this, and then I targeted this low. I targeted that low. I did play around for some time. Then yeah, price just completely dropped into that level. So maybe today they might do the same thing, because they've done it on Tuesday, they've done it yesterday. Even though Tuesday's range was huge, they still did it. This was the Monday. Monday is the only day that they didn't actually do it, even though it looks like that level is what they traded to over here. If we map out between 230 and 3, and extend it out, that's that level. It traded to it yesterday, and then price actually went down. So maybe today they might do that, who knows. So map out the same thing, and from the higher time frame perspective, it looks like 6818, the previous month low, might be a target that they might go for. Okay, so yeah, if New York session map the 230 to 3, that box extended. I don't know how big they're gonna make it, but just, you know, wherever that they trade in there, wherever they break, trade it in that direction. Okay, dollar yen, it looks like I gave you breaker, inverted fair value gap. That inverted fair value gap is what is reacting now. On the 1 hour, they've traded through this down candle over here, so we might be forming a high of the week. Okay, we might be forming high of the week. Now I'm more interested in this H4. Okay, this H4 within the next 36 minutes. If we can close below that, that would be nice. If we can close below, that would be nice, and then that area can be used as a selling opportunity. That can be used as a selling opportunity to trade down. Okay, so patient, let's see within the next 35 minutes. Australian dollar, it couldn't create the fair value gap. It was just a small tiny little one. What I was looking for was them to create a gap and then we trade to the gap today and then probably reject and go up. That seems to be maybe what's happening. They've traded to the order block here, so and actually they've come back down to where the news event, the rate announcement took price up. So keep an eye on, watch the up candle over here. That will be your breaker. If we go above it, then you can look for the longs to continue going up. Or if you want to go with the range, OTE, then buying to go up, that's also valid, but I think we've already moved away from it, so watch that up candle. And then finally the crypto market, Bitcoin, we've traded to that 50% level, the 70,699. We've just gone through it like it didn't even exist. Now with that, obviously you can see the range is showing that we might probably be reaching for OTE here and then just below that, so 50,000 is possible. 50,000 is possible on Bitcoin, especially 49,050. Okay, 49,050. Now that would be extreme, as in that's how far I would expect them to go. Then buyers will step in. Buyers can step in at the $57,693 level, which is OTE. Here, or the 49,050. Any one of them, buyers can step in. That would be a extreme discount, and or probably they might reject at the 50%. So, but how today closes will be important. Do we close trading through the 50%, or do we close rejecting the 50%? That's gonna be significant. So if we close below 50%, definitely there'll be a continuation. If we close above 50%, then it might be rejected. So let's wait and see. Ethereum has also come back down, as I was looking for, 2119.18. That one is gone. So let's see how far down they can take it. Now it can go as far as this candle's high, which comes in at 1869.32. That's as far as they can go to close in that big gap as Bitcoin keeps dropping. Solana, key level is now completely gone. 96 is completely gone. So that too, I'm getting this as a range. So 78.28 is likely a target. That'll be roughly where they might get to next. Okay, so that is that for Solana. Moving on to XRP. So XRP looks like it's gonna go for that 125. That would be quite interesting. How price will trade after going for that low. So yeah, we'll get interested in this once we take out the 1.2550 level, and then hype. I think I spoke about maybe them coming back to attack this low and trade for the breaker on the daily, somewhere here. So keep an eye on that. They might come and attack this low, hit this, and then by then probably the Bitcoin would have traded into the area, and yeah, price will begin to reject once we get here. Chachki is not dropping, which is a good sign of that bullishness that I'm talking about. But the previous month low still might be what price might want to go for before rejecting. So let's keep an eye on. And then finally AX60Z is broken that low, the order block or the fair value gap. So it's heading for the point of origin, which is basically when it first created 0. That is where it's heading for. We broke through that down candle and it's heading for that. Now, like I said, it can't keep going for 0. So where we are, it's just a matter of time and you will see big candle move, unless, and I'll probably look into it later to see if the project is still ongoing, because I've not actually looked into the project for a while. The last time I looked into it was when it was at the 47 0.7. Sorry, let me show you where I looked into it. I think it was somewhere here. That's when I looked into the project and I saw the potential that they might go up just if we can break this high. If they could have broken that high or that up candle, then price would have gone up. So that's when I looked into the project, but since then I've not looked into it. So I'll double check and see what is happening, and then I'll give an update probably tomorrow. Okay, but yeah, keep an eye, because it's just a matter of time that price will reject and then scream up. Okay, so that is that. Now let's go back to the chart. All right, and then let's go to dollar index. So dollar index looks like it's also rejecting. It looks like it's rejecting this down candle. So just be patient and watch, because it could be the high of the week and then they will come back for this fair value gap over here, which I will be interested in going long on either gold or going long on the crude oil for today or for this afternoon. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you same time tomorrow for the rate announcement, not rate announcement, and NFP at 1:30. So take care, have a wonderful day, and see you soon.